Hi everyone, welcome to this brief and gentle introduction to the Google PageRank algorithm with very little probability and linear algebra knowledge assumed. Hopefully you will get a better intuition of this algorithm in like 5 minutes. So let's get started. PageRank is very important for organic search. The higher your PageRank, the more likely a customer will go to your website. And part of the underlying factor for PageRank turns out to be the algorithm that we're talking about today. Before we actually get to the algorithm, let's imagine a tiny network with only 4 web pages, and they're somehow connected with each other. Some of the web pages send a link to the other web page and some are not. So if we construct a matrix for the connection, with column being the web page that sends a link and row being the web page that receives it, it will look like a matrix on the right-hand side. For each cell of the matrix, it will be 1 if the column sends a link to the row, otherwise it will be 0. And then let's count how many links each web page sends, then divide each column by the number. Then we'll get our adjacency matrix, which is very important. With our adjacency matrix being set up, let's just put it aside for a second. And now imagine a person in the network who is walking randomly from one web page to another. What is the probability that this walker will end up on web page 2 for his next step? And the answer turns out to be a summation as we have written down on the right-hand side. We're dividing the probability by the number because a web page can send multiple links and only one of the link is going to web page 2. Now you're probably wondering, is there any way that we can calculate the probabilities for all web pages at once? And here comes linear algebra for our help. By multiplying the adjacency matrix that we just set up by a vector of probability for each web page currently, we'll come up with another vector, which is the probability for the next step, which is exactly what we are asking for. So eventually, how does this matrix multiplication that we just did associate with the PageRank algorithm? The answer is the long-term probability of this random walker determines the importance of the web page. For example, the next 1 million step. A web page with higher long-term probability is likely to rank higher on the search result, and the long-term probability can be calculated using power method or eigenvector in linear algebra. So summing up everything that we just talked about, our final takeaway from this algorithm is that connection with other web pages is very significant to a higher page rank. Thank you very much for listening. Hopefully you will find this video useful. Comment down below or send me a message if you have any questions. Thank you very much again. Bye.